pretty significant total then for England, 337 for 7 in their 50 overs as we wrap up at the halfway stage of Super Sunday here on My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. Just to confirm exactly what England have done in that first half, having won the toss, gleefully decided to bat first. Johnny Bairstow was the standout performer, though he did seem to be a bit Jekyll and Hyde after he got to 100, and Ben Stokes finishing the innings off with 79 of 54, and the returning Roy also making his mark. Another fifer for Mohammad Shami, his first ever in World Cup cricket, but almost on the verge of another hat-trick in this particular tournament. I've got Zaheer Khan and Robin Uthappa in the studio just first and foremost to assess this total. It's a total you'd pretty much take on most days, but at the halfway mark, would England have wanted a few more?
Yeah, for sure, they would definitely have wanted a few more. I think those middle over scrambles kind of left them in the dark for a little bit, and then I think the fact that Stokes came in there and played that kind of an innings. It was just what the doctor ordered for England actually, and it was something that helped them post the total that they would have wanted to post much more. But I think with Jasprit Bumrah bowling at the death, that this one is a good job done by England.
Yeah, how would you assess this?
I think it's important that you see where the game was heading and how Indian bowlers pulled it back. So as a bowling unit, you judge the bowling unit based on how proactive they were on the field, and I think India has done a great job in terms of once England was slipping with the momentum at 20 overs, sitting comfortably at about 145 for no loss. From there to have impact on the match with about next 20 overs, pulling it back with 5 runs per over. On an average, it was fantastic. I think someone like Hardik led that fight back.
Yeah.
The wickets might not show that, but I think from the 20th over, when he bowled that 20th over, he gave I think 2 or 3 runs, and then he stacked up those overs with I think Kuldeep was bowling with him. 23rd over, they got the breakthrough, right? So that resulted in 23rd over them getting wickets. After that was another squeeze which continued for about 6-7 overs, and then Shami coming back. In between, Bumrah also came back, didn't result in wicket, but that's how the captain was looking. He gave Bumrah 1 over, okay, went for runs. Then Virat thought, okay, fine, let me go to Shami, and he produced results. So if you see from the 23rd over when the first wicket fell to 35th over, I think that was the strangle which we are talking about, which got India back into this match and resulted in squeezing England. Look, when you have such platform, those last 10 overs, 92 runs, it's fine. A great performance would have been 80 runs, but on a track which is supporting batting and the position which England was in, they would back themselves to get 90. Any team would get 90. Stokes played exceptional innings. Root stabilized the innings when they needed, when there were 3 wickets down. So that partnership of Stokes and Root was crucial. They took time. They absorbed pressure which Shami, Chahal and Kuldeep created in that small passage of play. But on the whole, I think now we can say it's even game. We spoke about Indian bowling batting out in Afghanistan match and the other match,
West
Indies game, right? So it was a tricky wicket, right? It was a wicket which helped a bit more to bowling.
Bowlers, yeah.
Batsmen did enough, but bowlers made sure that they did their part. I think today's wicket, it's a batting friendly wicket, so bowlers have done reasonably well job. Yes, 310, 315 would have been perfect, but considering the start they got, I think this total is fine. Because the platform was set to get 350, in excess of 350 for
easily,
sure,
easily.
Even on a conservative day.
Yeah, so 400 was on the cards at one point.
Yeah, so considering that, I think now it's his batsman's turn.
Yeah.
To bail this match out, to win the match. There is enough help from the wicket. It's just about your two main guys stepping up. I
Coming
think
up,
the top
yeah.
three has to come to the party today.
Interestingly, we didn't bowl, as in if you see, the bowlers didn't bowl too many bad balls. It's just that the batting wicket the track was so good to bat that, you know, stroke making was easy and a lot of runs were scored. They played aggressive attacking cricket and took the attack to the bowlers. And it's not like they bowled badly or bowled bad balls. If you see the percentage of bad balls that the Indians bowled were fairly less. You know, we were watching and we were wondering, hey, it's not like we're bowling badly. It's just that probably the strip is so good to bat on that you're getting that many runs.
And some of the shots which were played through offside particularly, I think that's a great measure of wicket, isn't it? When someone is playing that back of the length deliveries through covers and mid off region and able to find that gap consistently, that shows that the wicket is good, because those lengths were decent lengths. If the wicket is stopping, if there is some movement, as a batsman you can't really play those shots. So if you are able to trust that bounce and play through the line, you will always find that it's a high scoring wicket, and that's something which happened, you know. So even though initially there were some inside edges going for boundaries and all that, which we saw some good deliveries resulting into nothing, is something which you will see from England bowlers as well. So it's up to Indian batting now, and particularly Rohit Sharma. I think, you know, the key is going to be Rohit Sharma today. He can take time at the top, but he needs to play a big innings today.
Okay, before we go to Rohit Sharma, I just want one more point to make on the Indian bowlers, and Zaheer's already made the point of how well they came back. But I think what's even more creditable, from the captain's point of view and the bowlers, is that they were all attacked early. Kuldeep first over, Chahal first over. Hardik Pandya was looking like, oh my God, do we have to look for a sixth bowler? Virat didn't. He focused on him, and both Hardik and Kuldeep and Chahal, they repaid, not Chahal to that extent, but definitely Kuldeep reposed his faith at that
absolutely.
point.
So Kuldeep, just the way the first 4 overs he went for 50. So that means in the next 6 overs he gave 22 runs. That is amazing, right? And that's the kind of comeback that you want from a player that you put faith in, right? And I think even for Hardik, 10 overs, 60 runs on a track where the rest of the bowlers are going at about 7.5. That means you've bowled really well. You bowled exceptionally well.
And knowing that as the fifth bowler, they're going to come at hard at you, Hardik, and they did come hard at him.
Absolutely. I think, see, today's match, we were talking about pre-match as well, you know, how the tactics are going to be. You know, whether English batsmen are going to use their feet, are they going to get, what kind of tactics? You know, we're curious about, you know, what kind of approach English batsmen will have, and they've scored well there. You know, they've managed to do their homework, put pressure. You know, because when you're seeing this bowling unit of India coming off good performances, getting teams all out, you know, you got to be smart. You got to be smart in putting certain bowlers under pressure. And today's plan was to put spinners under pressure, because, you know, India has been making that game in the middle phase. So they set a great platform. Obviously, the DRS also went in their favor. That Indian.
But we didn't take it.
Yeah,
we didn't take that DRS.
We didn't take that DRS, you know, which MS Dhoni is so consistent with. You know, so there must be a very faint edge which even he missed it.
Yeah.
So you know, these things happen. But I think on the whole, it's going to be an interesting chase and you know, entertaining match for sure. You know, high scoring games. We've seen that pressure, and the margins are small. You know, so say between 300 and 336. It's just about 8 or 9 hits. You know, that's how batting teams see. Like, you know, whether you are chasing 300 or you're chasing 336, it's just about those 8 or 9 hits. So the margins are small. So you need to start decently. You know, wickets in hand is going to be key. And your top 3, out of your top 3, 2 needs to fire today. You know, that's a must, because if that doesn't happen, then the middle order pressure will always be there. You have the X factor in Rishabh Pant who is coming. So, you know, you have that power also at the back in Rishabh Pant, MS Dhoni and Hardik Pandya. But the platform needs to be set from the top. At least, you know, till 25-30 overs, you got to be in decent position to up the ante in the last 20 overs or so.
Yeah, make no doubt about it. You need a solid start from India. India need to get off to a great start and make sure they have a solid platform. So the first 10 overs become very crucial for India. You know, the likes of Rohit Sharma want to make sure that they're batting at that business end of this game. That's like between the 30th and the 40th over, 25th to the 40th over. If he is batting in that phase of the game, you can be pretty very certain that India are going to win this game. So it becomes very crucial for someone like Rohit to bat through for India. And one would hope that he takes that responsibility, and he's been doing that for the team. But on a day like today, where the batsmen really need to step up for the team, that he would take the onus upon himself and actually do it for the side.
Yeah, and that's probably the difference illustrated by exactly what Zaheer said, the small margins. That's where a 337 looks sort of something you can look at versus a 375, 380, when you're already getting into territory of having batted the opposition or tried to bat the opposition out. But one of the men responsible also for the total being a little bit less than it was Mohammad Shami. Yes, he went for a few in his last 2 overs, but he kept compensating with picking up those wickets. And that's why I think for those extra runs, you'll allow him that, give him that allowance with the fact that he's picked up wickets and bowled brilliantly.
He's having a fantastic World Cup. There is no doubt about it. Even in the first spell, you've seen that the numbers were not reflecting how good he was bowling.
Zaheer, finally somebody in the top 5 for India.
Yeah, but look at the number of matches.
Exactly.
3 matches, he's managed to take 13 wickets. I mean, that's an amazing strike rate. You can and look at the average as well. 9.61 is phenomenal. I think he's in great rhythm, and you can see how he's releasing the ball, how the ball is hitting the keeper's glove. I mean, that one miss which MS had was a wobbly ball swinging at the last minute. So that's something which shows the kind of rhythm he is in. So that's helping him. Bowling at the back end of the innings has never been his strength, so you can't judge him on the basis of that. If he's able to create that impact up front, which he has been consistently doing in this World Cup, these numbers he's putting up some serious show out there.
Yeah.
But Zaheer, I'm just going to keep you on that for a second. I know during an earlier series when you said Shami was bowling well, you were suggesting that can they have a way when they don't bowl him at the back end?
Yeah, for that you need to put that responsibility on someone else. Now the question is who you can trust to partner with Bumrah at the back end of the innings. So either you have Bhuvneshwar Kumar playing. So that means that you have to move away from your plan of playing 2 wrist spinners. If the conditions are allowing that, you will see Bhuvneshwar coming back in the playing 11 going forward as well. And that's the call which the team management will for sure take it. And if you have Bhuvneshwar Kumar, then you can use Shami in a better way when he can have a bigger impact on the game, and not even thinking of giving him overs post 42nd, 43rd over. So that will be the ideal scenario. But for that you need 3 genuine seamers. You don't want to put Hardik Pandya in that situation at the moment, because he's doing fantastic job with using that pace-off deliveries and the lines in that role which he's playing at the moment. You don't want to shift him as well in doing a tougher job.
And in doing that also, if India does that, where they play a 3rd fast bowler for a spinner, if the conditions allow it, it also allows Virat to use Shami as a out-and-out wicket taker.
Yeah.
An attacking option completely, just to break partnerships, remove wickets. He can be just that kind of option for him.
You will see that in the remaining 2 matches.
Yeah,
I just have that strong instinct that if the wicket is not out and out supporting spin, then go with that option. It's worth trying that option before you are going in the semis. So that is something which you need that clarity. Whether that is an option, whether Jadeja is also an option on conditions which is supporting, because you saw today when Chahal bowled those flatter ones, there was a little bit of grip as well.
Yeah.
On those kind of tracks, we've seen over the years that Jadeja can make that impact, adds with the bat as well. So that's something which will be the debate going forward, assessing the conditions.
Let's talk about a keeper batsman, and let me get to the keeper batsman here, Johnny Bairstow. He'd said a lot before, and we spoke about that, but as Nasser Hussain mentioned there, if you've talked the talk, you need to walk the walk, and he did today.
Oh, he did, and he batted beautifully. I thought the fact that at all points he's looking to take the attack to the bowler, and in spite of hitting like a boundary or a boundary every over, he's still looking to score boundaries after every other ball. So he was consistently putting pressure on the Indian attack, and that is what helped them get off to such a runaway start. Honestly. And he did slow down from his probably 97 onwards to this score that he got out. He slowed down considerably, after which he got out. But up until that point, he really had took the bowlers to town with the way he batted. And I thought that continued pressure that was applied on the Indian bowling, especially the spinners, and Hardik to a certain extent. Hardik managed that better, but the pressure that he continuously put on them is what helped them get off like to about 145, 150.
And it was the mindset of him versus Chahal that set the tone for his innings, because Chahal came on in the first 10 and he went after him immediately.
See, the plan was pretty simple and clear from English batsmen to get on top of Indian spinners, and they were very respectful of Bumrah up front. We saw Jason Rai trying to take Shami down as well, which didn't work because Shami is bowling in that kind of rhythm. But that was the plan. The plan was to be respectful to Bumrah and try and put pressure on the other bowlers by attacking them up front. That really just really tests you as a bowler and tests your character, which was seen. Like Chahal bowling those flighted deliveries is something which he's used to. But Bairstow was ready for it. He was prepared to take that risk, and the line also helped him. Basically the plan was to go after the deliveries which are pitched up, and to Kuldeep to use the feet and get closer to the pitch of the ball. So that was the general plan. Because they didn't lose wickets up front, it just kind of gave them that luxury of taking the spinners on. If they had lost wickets, then it would have been a completely different scenario, which we've seen, because as soon as the wicket fell, you saw the spinners again coming back in the game and squeezing those few overs where you saw a few overs of just a couple of runs when Root and Stokes.
The run rate dropped by about a run and a half, 2 runs in that phase.
Exactly,
after
so 5-7
overs. Yeah.
But the one thing we know for sure before this game, during this game, of course to the build-up of this game, is that lots of fans are involved in this. Indian fans, English fans, Bangladeshi fans, Pakistani fans. It's a huge amount of focus on one game. But we, of course, as always, sent Danish out, centre stage, to try and get a sense of it. I suspect he was focusing more on the Indian and English fans.
Yeah, thank you. Stop. Alright, so it's India versus England at the Edgbaston, and we've arrived in true Indian style. Gentlemen, come on, get out of the auto very quickly. Come on. Are you excited about this game, sir?
Very much so. We need to win.
We'll win today.
You guys are going to win today?
Roy back, 100. Bairstow, 100. Butler, 100. 380. We'll win.
Alright, I think your auto fare is also £100. You can pay that out there. It's India versus England here at the Edgbaston in Birmingham, and it's almost like we've rolled back to about 80 years ago when India and Pakistan were together fighting against England. Two fates hang in this game, England's and Pakistan's. Who's going to get across the line? We'll only know at the end. But what we do know for now is there's a sea of fans out there. Let's go ahead and speak with them. Firstly, what does it feel like to be outnumbered, completely outnumbered?
I'm not sure we are. I think we're going to turn up later.
Chris, I want you to tell your son about the days when there used to be more English people than Indian people in England.
Gosh, that... Thank you. That was suggesting that how old do you think I am?
Are you ready for colonization 2.0?
It's already happened, isn't it? Looking at the amount of Indians at this stadium today.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I thought I was visiting Delhi when I came down here.
Well, I'm an away fan at a home game, eh?
Would you want to see yourselves in the semi-finals or let Pakistan have it?
Oh, we definitely want to be in the semi-finals.
Which means you need to win today.
If you guys could do us a favour today, that would be great.
You've already qualified, you don't need to win. Let us have this one.
Yes, England fan, India camera, please come. England fan, yes. England. Indian fan and an English fan together. What's going on?
We were married, yeah. So we went last year, so we thought we should come and support both our teams. I think I want England to win because it's not a big game for India, so India is almost through. So,
and if you were to support any other team, what would happen to him at home?
sleep on the sofa, yeah.
England fan, only England fan, please. India's in great form, right? India's just winning every game. If England need to win this, India need to be distracted. What is your distraction strategy?
Probably try and keep the Indian crowd as quiet as possible.
I think keeping the Indian crowd quiet is going to be quite an ask.
If you could find more than 10 English people standing next to each other, that would distract them, given the proportion that you got here.
I think that we try and get everybody drunk,
Yeah.
and then they won't know what the result is, and then we'll claim that we won.
We won.
That's the most British strategy ever.
We'll just have to wave our hats.
That's it.
Yeah. Like this. Like the Queen.
We might play well, that would distract them. They won't be expecting that from this England team, to be honest. That would be the biggest shock I've ever seen.
The English supporters certainly outnumbered, but not in terms of their ideas. Very creative once we got there. But will Team India fall prey to this? Or will the fans just steamroll them like how India is on song right now?
Two things stood out for me there, actually three. One was Danish's shirt, but the fact that he was looking for English fans, we've been talking about that all along. We mentioned it at Cricbuzz Combox. All of 100 people celebrated that first bit. But really, I think, Robin, what stood out there was the person who finally said a great distraction would be they should play well, and they have.
They have. They most certainly have. And I think they listen to that fan, huh? They really have turned up today, and it's good to see England playing like they know how to play, and they, like we all know them to play, and you know it's made for a really exciting game to watch.
It's not difficult actually, because they could have interacted with every one of their fans at the stadium and made it very personal. Not difficult to have interacted with 80 people. But I mean, at least they'll know, as that fan said, that they've got the runs on the board as opposed to the fans on the board.
If they start playing like this, then again, you know, the crowd support is going to increase, is what I feel.
How will it increase? Indians won't let them in.
That depends now when the next match is. Where's the next match? If you're playing in Birmingham, Manchester and London.
Yeah, it's like playing at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, England themselves are playing at Chesterfield Street in Durham, where there's going to be 3 Kiwis. That's about 1/4 of the population of New Zealand. They'll have turned up there. So that's not quite a problem. They just need to have a problem fixing this particular one. So all in all, as you said, good start. We need more than one person to contribute, Rohit batting or Virat batting, into the 35th, 40th over.
100%. I think if India has to win, then one of these two, in fact, both of them really need to contribute, and you need one of them to bat through the innings. You know, Virat loves chasing, so you know he'll play a part, but you really want Rohit to come and play a part in this as well, you know, because you know that he's the one who's going to help in chasing these big totals. He's got that factor to kind of up the run rate whenever he wants to, you know, take the attack to the bowlers whenever he wants to, whenever he's ready and he feels ready, and he can, once he starts dominating, it's very hard to stop him. So, you know, you really want him to come through today.
All right, now we don't have a choice since none of us are on the My 11 Circle expert couch. We were miles away from it. Zaheer was the closest at 305, add 15 to that, 320, still 17 runs away. So which means we need to make a prediction for the end. Let's remember, let's not only talk about 2 results. The last time India and England met in a World Cup game, Bangalore, 338, tie. Anyone going for that? Then you take the couch home.
It's worth going for. It resulted in India winning the World Cup.
World Cup.
Yeah. You know, I hope it's a repeat of that. I'll be the happiest if I see that today at 337. Nah?
Yeah, well today it's 337.
So you're backing India to score 337.
Oh no, I haven't said anything. I was just reminding you of what happened.
I'm backing India to get to
Yeah.
All right, both of you?
Yeah, of course, India to get 337. I think, how many overs actually?
I think India will get there with 5 wickets in hand. So, you know, 5-wicket victory is what I'm predicting.
Let's go with wickets then.
Wickets? Okay. 4-wicket victory.
4-wicket victory, 5-wicket victory. Do I lose my passport if I go the other way?
Are you saying that what, 49 overs, 48 overs?
I'd say 47 overs.
Oh, so it's not a nail biter. After 337, you're saying it's not going to.
We'll dominate, Zach bhai. We'll dominate.
Oh, good.
Am I even allowed?
I like the
Will you
confidence.
Speak to me if I go the other way?
See, that means the wicket is very good. You know, if a batsman is saying that, okay, you know that, you know, there is enough in the wicket for batsman to
What
go
do I
out
crave more,
and
the
have
My
a ball.
11 Circle expert couch or my patriotism?
Don't go the other way.
No?
Like really, you're going to go the other way?
Only for the game of it.
You don't be a hustler when it comes to your
What's
country,
the point wearing all this blue, orange, matching everything, and then
Really?
saying that, okay,
You're giving all that away for like a couch? Really?
Okay, 48. What was it?
I was 47. Zach bhai said 5 wickets. I don't know how many overs.
49. Nail biter.
Nail biter.
Nail biter. Down to the wire.
49th over, Zach bhai.
Fine, then I'll just be a little bit different. I'll go with 2 wickets.
India
lose a few wickets at the end, but somebody hanging in there in the middle and getting India home then.
You're backing actually Chahal and Kuldeep.
Wow.
8 wicket down.
And you just confused me.
He's scratching
I was trying to hustle here. I was trying to hustle here. Anyway, we'll see where we are in the 15th over. They just bullied me into this. Cricbuzz Combox will be coming up, and then once I finish this, somewhere towards the end, My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live.